Yo, it's been a long, long, what feels like a year, almost a year, since I decided to come through and drop a new season of Divine Time. Now, with it, we're going to go ahead and just recap a little bit. I started off on a podcast called The Black Poly Hot Seat. It was a pretty good podcast. I mean, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty good. Thought I had a pretty good cast and everything, but things happen. Sometimes you feel like you need to grow. You end up seeing things that were hidden from you. You start to feel energies and you start to notice things. And then with that, you remove yourself. If you actually, that's the word I'm looking for. If your discernment is well enough, you remove yourself. If you are seeking that peace, you remove yourself. Now, with that, then I end up going into Danli's Polyamory Adventures, where I wanted to talk about polyamory, because I had called it before in the Black Poly Hot Seat. I was like, yo, when Willow Smith came out and said she was polyamorous, I was like, it's about to become a trend. Exactly what it is, started becoming a trend. So I was trying to educate people about polyamory while at the same time letting them know what was going on in my relationships and everything. However, with that, again, lessons came through, started noticing things, and ran across a very, very toxic situation that I learned so much more about other people. And I got to learn some things about myself. So I can't say that these people were completely bad, which they're fucking predators and evil as fuck and everything. But with that, I was able to grow from that, which it also brought a lot of good things into my life with me and my partner. And at that time, I was like, I sought truth, which I've always been a truth speaker and everything. And I really dived deep into my spirituality, because at the time I didn't know about spirituality. I was raised up in a Baptist household. Every time that I was seeing things and all these other things, I always got told, hey, pray about it, or those are demons and things like that. So it was very interesting. Now it's like, all right, cool, I understand what spirituality is, and with that, I'm really diving into it, and that's the reason why I end up naming the podcast Divine Time. Because in my life, things always happen to me, and it's always in divine time. And what I mean by that divine timing is I might not understand exactly what's happening, but there's a lesson behind it. And once I actually grasp that lesson and understand, or overstand as some people like to say, the understanding of it is at the perfect moment that aligns with everything else that starts happening in my life, or either brings clarity to the things that have happened in my life. Hence why I have named the podcast Divine Time. Now, with me going into, I like to call it season 4, I'm starting off with episode 400 for the season 4, just because of the fact that it'll be easier to keep track of. And I want to have the history of me in the podcast world, in the podcast scene, still up on everywhere that you can get podcasts. So this right here is just going to be a little history of where I came from to where I am now. And if you go back and listen to the earlier seasons, you'll understand the experimental phase. You'll also understand the things that I was learning, growing, going through. And I mean, every day you should be learning something new. And every day I'm learning something new. But through everything that has gone on and is going on in my life, like, there's so many lessons, but there were so many lessons. I can't get upset about anything, because I'm happy with where I am now. I'm not content with it, and I refuse to get complacent. But it's a lot better. I feel like my situation is a lot better than it was 3 years ago. And even though 3 years ago I thought I had it pretty good, and right now it's like, some people may say that it may be bad or it may be worse, but in all honesty, I think it's even better than it was 3 years ago for everything that is going on and all the blessings that have come my way and all the knowledge that has been forced upon me. Is that a good way of saying it, babe? Knowledge that has been forced upon me.
Forced seems kind of forced.
I mean, was it not forced upon me? I mean, it was like, hey, get it or you're fucked. Or we're going to send another test your way.
Pretty much.
So.
It was like, we see you don't do with subtlety. Subtlety is not working.
Yeah, so we're just going to. You got it now? All right, good. Matter of fact, we're not sure. Here's a Tim coming down on you. Welcome to Bronx, motherfucker. Anyway, so yeah, with that, it's, sit back and relax because season 4 is going to have a lot of spirituality. It's going to have a lot of knowledge, a lot of intellect. It's going to have a lot of insight. It's going to be, it's not going to be so much random. It's going to be a lot more self-help and things to help you along the journey you're going through, the journey that you're on, based off of things that other people are going through or have gone through, to let you know that you're not alone. So if there's anything that you can take from this, I feel that it's going to be that we all are connected. You're never the only person that has gone through something. You're never the only person who's going through what you're going through. And if you have a story that you want to tell, by all means, hit me up. Because just like you'll hear throughout this season and the future seasons and episodes, people are going to be speaking their truth. People are going to be making themselves vulnerable to let you know the things that they have gone through. So that way, if there's anybody else who is going through it or has gone through it, they don't feel alone. They know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. That even at times where you feel like giving up, or you're questioning your reality, or you're questioning who you are as a person, stand firm and 10 toes down on what it is that you believe in. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And if you don't believe in something, you're going to be gullible to everything that's thrown at you. So sit back, relax your mind. It's divine time.